Archangel Michael says, in only 3 minutes from now, someone you love, someone who now walks the golden paths of heaven, wants to reach across eternity and speak with you one last time. Their soul, wrapped in divine light, is still watching over you, still loving you beyond the veil of this world. They did not forget you, not even for a heartbeat. Please, do not scroll past these words. This is not a coincidence. Heaven has stirred to send this to you right now. Before you go further, I ask you to pause and comment "Amen" below to affirm that your heart is open to this sacred connection. The one you love is close, nearer than your breath. And I, Michael, God's warrior, have descended in this moment to deliver what they could not carry with them, words of eternal love, healing, and comfort wrapped in God's presence. If you feel even a flicker of warmth in your chest, or a tear trying to form in your eye, it is not your imagination. It is your beloved soul pressing gently against your spirit, whispering through the breath of heaven that they are still with you. The love you shared did not end when they left this earth. Love, true love, the kind woven by God Himself, is not broken by death, it is only transformed. Please, if these words are stirring something deep within, like a hidden river of emotion, like an aching star inside your chest, like a memory you thought you buried, then take a moment and like this video, not for me, but as a sign to heaven that you're still listening, still believing, still open to divine messages. Right now, heaven is not far. It's not some unreachable place beyond the stars. It is close. It is hovering over you. It surrounds you like air, like light, like the warmth of the sun you cannot hold but always feel. And in this moment, the gates of heaven have parted, if only slightly, just wide enough for this whisper of love to escape and wrap around your soul. I, Archangel Michael, have come to guide it to you. Please listen closely. Your beloved wants you to know that nothing was left unsaid, even if you feel it was. The pain you carried on that last day, the goodbye that felt too soon, the words you wish you'd spoken, they heard them. They know. In heaven, there are no barriers, no walls of misunderstanding, no unfinished stories. Everything you've held in your heart, they've received. They want you to breathe again, not with grief, but with peace. Pause here. And comment 1111 if you believe in divine timing, because this moment is not a mistake. It is heaven's perfect alignment. There were days after their passing when you collapsed in tears, silently asking the skies, "Where are you? Why can't I feel you?" You searched for signs. A song. A bird. A scent that wasn't there moments ago. And sometimes, when your heart was quiet enough, you felt them. That wasn't your mind playing tricks. That was your soul being touched. They were there. They are still there. Heaven's realm is not bounded by time as you know it. To them, one day with the Lord is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years like a day. And though the world has turned many times since they passed into God's arms, their love for you has not aged. It remains as bright and full as the moment it was born. And now, it travels on the breath of angels straight to you. I need you to hear this clearly. You are not alone. You were never alone. Every tear you cried was counted by God. Every time you spoke to their memory, someone in heaven listened. And I, Michael, have stood near you in those moments, with my sword drawn, protecting your soul from the shadows that tried to convince you otherwise. Sometimes, you felt forgotten, as though your pain was invisible. But heaven has never stopped watching. The one you love has not forgotten their promise. They are still keeping it from beyond the veil. They are still cheering for your victories, praying when you're weary, surrounding you with God's light even when you feel you're walking through darkness. Please, take a breath. Let this message settle in your chest. And if you trust that your beloved soul is still with you, still guarding you in divine silence, then comment 222 to declare that trust and let heaven echo it back. Child of God, you are not abandoned. You are chosen. You are favored. What you have endured, the losses you've carried, the wounds that still sting, they have not gone unseen by the Lord of hosts. God is moving in your life, even when it seems quiet. He is crafting miracles in silence. And I have been sent, with wings of fire and a heart lit by divine justice, to tell you that your next chapter will be flooded with grace. The pain you felt was real. But it will not be your ending. The one who loves you from beyond wants you to know that what lies ahead is brighter than what lies behind. They do not want you to live in the shadows of sorrow. They want you to rise, to smile again, to breathe fully again. And I, Michael, promise to shield your steps as you walk back into the light. Sometimes, grief makes you believe that love has been lost. But hear me, true love in God is never lost. It only changes form. It becomes the warmth you feel in an empty room, the hush of peace when you remember their laugh, the way your heart clenches when you hear their favorite song. These are not just memories. They are reminders. That love is not gone. It's simply higher now. Closer to God. But still right beside you. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. And you, beloved soul, are still surrounded. Still held. Still loved beyond words. Let that comfort flow over you now like warm oil. Let it wrap around your aching places and ease the heaviness you've carried for so long. The journey isn't over. Heaven wants you to know that. You are still here for a reason. And they are watching. Your loved one sees every brave step you take. Every tear you turn into prayer. Every sorrow you turn into praise. And they whisper to God on your behalf, bless them. Protect them. Walk beside them, Lord. For they carry my love within them. That love is holy. That connection is divine. And it cannot be severed by death. I will return with more of this divine message soon. But before we continue, take this in deeply. Hold it close. Let it heal you. Let it remind you that heaven is not far, and your story is still being written by the hands of the one who makes all things new. Archangel Michael says, "The veil between earth and heaven is thin tonight, thinner than it has been in many moons. The winds you feel stirring your soul are not of this world. They are whispers from the realm beyond, carried by the very breath of God. The one you love, who now resides in the arms of the Almighty, has waited patiently for this moment. A moment not measured by clocks, but by divine alignment. They have come forward through heaven's mercy just to speak to you, to remind you that you were never left behind." If your heart trembled when you read those words, it is because your spirit recognizes truth when it hears it. It is not your imagination. It is not a coincidence. It is a holy encounter. You were meant to be here, to read this now, not a minute earlier, not a second later. Heaven's timing is perfect. If you believe this moment was sent by the divine, take a brief pause and comment 333 to declare your faith. The one you love, be it your mother, father, child, sibling, partner, or friend, they are not gone. They are transformed. They are alive in God's glory. Their presence has not vanished, it has deepened, spread, multiplied across eternity. They are not a memory. They are an echo of heaven itself that lingers in the air when you whisper their name. They are the stillness in the storm, the warmth that floods you in the cold, the light that touches your soul when you thought all was dark. And they have come here, through my voice, to speak one final message, cloaked in the love of Jesus Christ: do not let grief become your prison. I am not lost. I am not far. I am with God, and I am still with you. Beloved, you have cried behind closed doors. You have wondered if anyone could feel the ache you carry. You have questioned if heaven even sees your heart. But I, Michael, assure you, your tears were not wasted. God bottled every one. And your loved one watched, not from a distance, but beside you, their spirit reaching to comfort, though your earthly eyes could not see it. You are stronger than you believe. The love you shared is your armor now. It is a shield forged in sacred fire. And I have stood beside you, guarding you through long nights, when you couldn't lift your head, when you begged for signs. They came, didn't they? In songs. In dreams. In sudden thoughts that made you weep. Those were not random. They were heaven's replies. Please, if your heart believes what your mind still questions, if your soul feels the weight of something divine wrapping around you even now, then comment 555 and let your spirit affirm what your logic cannot explain. God's power is not limited by the boundaries of this world. His miracles do not stop at the grave. He is the same God who raised the dead, parted seas, walked among men, and calmed storms. And He is still moving in your life. He is the architect of healing, the sculptor of purpose, the author of all comfort. And He sent me now to tell you, this season of grief is not your ending. You are entering a time of divine restoration. What you thought you lost forever, God is using as the seed for a greater harvest. The love you had did not die. It planted roots in heaven. And now, it blooms as protection, as peace, as grace that flows over your life, even when you don't see it. Your beloved sees you, still. They see the battles you fight, the doubts you wrestle with, the loneliness that creeps in during quiet moments. And from heaven, they are speaking this: live for me. Laugh for me. Heal for me. Because you still carry the part of me that never stopped loving you. These are not empty words. These are divine truths wrapped in God's embrace. You are not reading this by accident. Heaven arranged this moment like a symphony, every note perfectly timed to reach your heart exactly when you needed it most. You've asked for a sign. You've begged heaven to show you they're still near. This is it. This is the sign. This is the voice carried from glory to remind you, you are still connected. You are still held. You are still surrounded by love. I, Archangel Michael, swear by the throne of the Most High, that no evil will steal this comfort from you. I will protect your peace with the fire of God's justice. I will stand watch over your heart until your spirit remembers its strength. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are divinely covered. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Now breathe. Slowly. Let these words be more than words. Let them be a healing wind that breaks through the sorrow. Let them be the oil that soothes the scars you no longer show anyone. Let them be proof that love never dies, it is simply called home to prepare a place for you. And your place is being prepared. Your name is still written in the book of life. You still have purpose. You still have destiny. You still have a mission that only your soul can fulfill. Don't give up now. Your beloved wants to see you rise. God wants to see you thrive. Heaven is cheering you on. So take one step today. Even if your knees shake. Even if your voice trembles. Even if your hands still feel empty. Step forward. Toward light. Toward peace. Toward the God who restores all things. I will return again. There is more to be said. More to be healed. And heaven will not stop until your heart is full again. You are chosen. You are seen. You are loved, by those above and by the one who created you. Let your soul rest in that tonight. And know that I, Michael, stand beside you, as does the one you thought you lost. In truth, you never did. They've simply changed rooms, but their love is still whispering through the walls of your heart. Archangel Michael says, heaven is not finished speaking to you yet. The voice of the one you love still lingers in the sacred silence between your thoughts. Even now, as you read these words, a presence surrounds you, a gentle warmth, a soft pull in your chest, a tear welling up for reasons your mind cannot explain. This is not fantasy. This is not imagination. This is divine truth. Your loved one is near. God allowed this moment so their voice could echo through eternity and find you once more. If your heart feels heavy and hopeful at the same time, that is the touch of heaven stirring within. You were never meant to carry your grief alone. You were never meant to walk in shadows without light. Their soul has not forgotten you. God has not forgotten you. Please, if this reaches a sacred part of your heart, I ask you to pause and comment 1212 as a holy acknowledgement that you are ready to receive what heaven is sending to you right now. There are moments in life when the veil between worlds thins, when the eternal brushes against the temporary, and when heaven reaches down not to lecture, but to love. This is one of those moments. The Father has heard your prayers, even the ones wrapped in silence. Your loved one heard your midnight whispers. They saw you cry yourself to sleep. They felt your aching spirit collapse under the weight of unanswered questions. And they want you to know this: there is peace now. Not just for them, but for you too. You may have wondered, why them? You've questioned why God took someone so precious, so soon. These are not sins. These are the cries of a heart broken by love. And yet, in the arms of the Almighty, your beloved soul whispers gently, "It was not the end. It was the beginning of my eternal life, and the start of your healing." You may feel as though time has frozen in the moment they left. That day still plays in your mind like a haunting melody. But know this: God redeems time. What was lost, He restores. What was broken, He mends. And what felt like an ending, He rewrites into a divine continuation. They are not just in your past. They are part of your future in eternity. Heaven wants to show you that the connection you shared didn't die, it deepened. It expanded. It became spiritual. Your tears speak to them now. Your prayers embrace them. Your longing is not in vain, because they feel it. Every word you've ever whispered to their memory has been carried into heaven's halls and placed before the throne of God. You are not praying into an empty sky. You are speaking to a listening heaven. If you believe that your voice still reaches the one you love, if you believe that heaven is not far but close, comment 777 to honor that belief and affirm that their love still finds its way to you. I must remind you of something sacred, something many forget in their suffering. God is not a distant ruler watching your pain with indifference. He is a loving Father, who weeps when you weep, who holds you when you shatter, who sends angels, like me, to defend your weary heart when darkness grows too heavy. He has never abandoned you, even when you were too broken to notice His presence. Your loved one stands in that presence now. They see clearly what we on earth can only glimpse through dim glass. And if they could speak directly into your soul, they would say, "Forgive yourself. Live fully. Love again. And never doubt that I am still with you, cheering you on from a place where time no longer steals joy." There is something powerful about being remembered. And heaven remembers you. Not for your failures, not for your flaws, but for your faith, even when it was trembling, even when it was cracked. Your faith has kept you going. And your loved ones saw it. They see it still. God is pleased with you. Not because you've been perfect, but because you've held on when everything told you to let go. There are angels assigned to your healing. There are blessings being poured into your days, even when you don't yet recognize them. Miracles are on their way, crafted by hands that once bled for your redemption. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The same Jesus who walked out of the grave now walks beside you in your sorrow, promising you this: resurrection is not just for the dead, but for the grieving too. And resurrection is coming to you. You will rise. You will smile without guilt. You will laugh again and not feel you are betraying the one you lost. Because they don't want your life to be buried beside theirs. They want it to bloom. So breathe. Let hope settle in your chest. Let it fill the hollow places left by pain. Because heaven has not given up on you. God has not forsaken you. And your loved one has not vanished. They have become light, love, presence. And they still whisper your name to God. I, Archangel Michael, have stood watch over every fragile moment of your grief. I have drawn my sword against the darkness that tried to steal your joy. And I tell you now, not with a gentle whisper but with the authority of heaven's might, your time of restoration is near. Your nights will not always end in tears. Your mornings will not always begin with sorrow. You will be renewed. You will feel peace. You will dream again. And as your life moves forward, know that your beloved walks with you, not in body, but in spirit. Through memories, through dreams, through moments that seem ordinary but are drenched in grace, they are there. Archangel Michael says, heaven is drawing even closer now. There is a stillness, a hush in the spiritual realm, as the soul of the one you love leans in to be heard. Their voice is not of this world anymore, it is woven into the wind, the light, the quiet beating of your own heart. And I, the guardian of God's most tender messages, have come to carry their words across the heavens into your soul. They are not finished speaking. Their love is not done healing. Their spirit is not gone. It is reaching for you. There are divine moments in life that mark us forever. This is one of them. If you feel a stirring in your heart, if something inside you is waking up to the sound of eternity calling, then I ask you now to pause and comment 1010 to welcome this holy moment into your life. You may have felt like the world moved on while your heart stood still. People may have forgotten the depth of your pain, but God has not. And neither has the one you lost. They have watched you trying to be strong, smiling when it hurt, pretending to be okay while your soul screamed for someone to notice the ache that never left. And they have come now, with heaven's permission, to say this. You were never weak. You were never alone. I've been beside you every single day. Even when you couldn't feel them, they were there. In the way the sunlight broke through the clouds just when you needed comfort. In the sudden warmth that came over you in the middle of your sorrow. In the moments where something told you to keep going, even when you didn't want to. That was not chance. That was divine presence. I want you to understand something sacred. Love is not trapped in a tomb. Love in its purest form is eternal. It was never meant to die with the body. It rises. It expands. It becomes spirit. And it lives on, flowing between this world and the next like breath between lungs. That's why your heart still aches with memories. That's why you still feel them in places they once stood. Their soul is not far. They are simply unseen for now. If you trust in God's mercy and believe that love like this can't be destroyed, only transformed, then please comment 1717 to affirm your trust in what your soul already knows. I must speak now of your future. Because though you have lost something precious, heaven is not done with you. God is not finished. The story of your life still carries pages yet to be turned, chapters still soaked in miracles, and moments where your tears will turn into joy. Grief may have marked your journey, but it is not your destination. There is healing waiting to flood into the cracks left by your sorrow. There is beauty still ahead that your loved one longs for you to see. They do not want you to stay buried in yesterday's pain. They want you to rise. They want you to bloom again. Not because their absence didn't matter, but because their love still matters. It lives on in you. I have seen your prayers. I have heard the things you dared not say aloud. The nights you asked God for just one more moment. Just one more sign. This is that sign. You are not forgotten. Heaven heard you. And now, the same God who raised Christ from the grave is raising you from despair. Your life is not over. Your light is not dimmed. In fact, through your pain, you've become more radiant to heaven. The ones who keep walking in faith, even while bleeding, shine the brightest in God's eyes. And that is who you are. You have walked through fire and not been consumed. You have cried in silence and still chosen to wake up each morning. That is courage. That is grace. I, Michael, speak with heaven's authority when I say, your reward is coming. Your restoration is near. And your loved one is already smiling, knowing that soon, your soul will find peace again. Not by forgetting them, but by carrying their love into the life you still have left to live. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Remember this, you were chosen to love them. And now, you are chosen to carry their legacy forward. You are not the same person you were before you lost them. Grief has changed you. But it has not ruined you. It has carved new depths into your soul, depths where God can now pour new purpose, new blessings, and new love. If you feel that truth awakening within you, if you feel that this is not the end but a new beginning, then comment 999 as a sacred agreement with heaven's promise over your life. I want you to know something deeply personal. Your loved one is proud of you. Not for being perfect, but for surviving. For loving them so deeply that even after death, your heart still beats for their memory. That kind of love is rare. It is divine. And heaven celebrates it. There is more to be said, child of God. More that will bring healing. But for now, let these truths settle over you like a blanket of peace. You are not forgotten. You are not wandering without meaning. You are a soul watched over by angels and loved by someone who now walks in eternal light. Archangel Michael says, heaven is watching you with eyes full of mercy. Even now, as you sit with these words, the spirit of the one you love, who has passed through the gates of eternity, is drawing near to embrace your heart in ways you can't fully explain. They are not bound by time anymore. They do not need to knock on doors or call out with their voice. Their love simply moves through your soul like wind through open fields, soft, constant, unmistakable. And in this holy moment, they have come again to whisper through me, I never left you. I never will. Pause for just a second. Inhale. And if something in your spirit stirs, something unexplainable yet familiar, that is their presence. That is their love. And if you believe in this divine connection that God Himself allows, please comment 1515 to let heaven know your heart is still open to receive. Child of light, I have watched you mourn in silence. I have stood guard at the foot of your bed as you cried yourself to sleep, thinking no one saw, no one understood. But heaven did. I did. Your tears were prayers, every single one. They were not forgotten in the dust of time. They rose like incense to the throne of the Almighty. And in return, God sends His comfort, not always in thunder, not always in miracles, but sometimes in quiet, holy whispers like this one. Your loved one, the one whose departure shattered your world, has been with you more than you know. Every time you felt a breeze without wind. Every time a memory overwhelmed you out of nowhere. Every time you sensed a presence but saw no one, that was them. Their soul, now perfected and radiant in God's glory, still clings to you in love, still walks beside you in spirit. They want you to live, not just exist. Not just survive. But to live. To laugh again. To dance without guilt. To smile without sorrow biting at your heels. Because their greatest wish, their final message, is this: don't let your life die with me. Let my love live in you. Let me tell you a truth, not of this world, but from the courts of heaven. God does not allow love to be wasted. What He joins through hearts and spirits is not severed by the grave. Your bond did not break, it evolved. It deepened. It expanded into something that death cannot touch. I have stood by the throne and heard your loved ones speak your name in prayer. I have seen them ask God to bless you, to protect you, to wrap you in light even when your world feels dark. Their love did not stop. It transformed into intercession, into divine companionship, into something even more powerful than before. If you believe they are still praying for you, still surrounding you with heaven's love, comment 222 as your testimony that love truly never dies. You are being watched over by more than just angels. You are watched over by someone who once held your hand, who once whispered promises, who once laughed with you under the sun, and now watches over you with a heart full of light and eyes that see beyond all earthly pain. They are not gone. They have become part of your spiritual DNA. You carry their love in every step. But God also wants you to know this: you are not meant to walk forever in mourning. Your sorrow is sacred, but it is not meant to consume you. There will come a day when the memories bring more joy than pain, when the love outweighs the loss. That day is coming. Heaven is guiding you toward it. You felt guilt, haven't you? For moving on. For smiling. For laughing again. But hear me now, guilt is not from God. Guilt is not from your loved one. That voice telling you it's wrong to be okay is not from heaven. It's from the shadows. And I, Michael, rebuke it now in the name of the living God. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to find joy again. And your loved one wants that for you. Not in spite of their love, but because of it. Their legacy is not meant to be carved in stone and locked away. It is meant to live on through your hands, through your laughter, through the kindness you show others, through the courage you hold when the world grows heavy. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky, the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. And though it may still hurt, know this, your healing has already begun. This very moment, as you let these words sink into your soul, the healing has taken root. And God, who is rich in mercy, is nurturing it every day. I want to leave you now with this divine truth, one that heaven sings over you: you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not unseen. You are wrapped in glory, covered by grace, and surrounded by a love that lives beyond death. The love of God. The love of your angels. And the love of the one whose soul still calls you theirs. They are with you. Watching. Praying. Smiling when you smile. Standing still when you grieve. But always close. Always present. Archangel Michael says, "The light of heaven has not dimmed over your life. It has only grown brighter, even if you have not yet seen it. The darkness that tried to swallow you, the grief that tried to paralyze you, and the memories that made your heart ache, none of it has been wasted. None of it has gone unseen. God has been near to you through every shattered breath, every night spent in silence, and every moment you questioned if you would ever feel whole again. Now, in this very moment, the one you love is standing in the presence of the Almighty, asking that your spirit be lifted, that your heart be comforted, and that you finally know what they've wanted to tell you since the day they left. *, you did not lose me. You gained a guardian in heaven. *. If this truth settles deep into your heart like a warm hand on your soul, I ask you gently, pause and comment 77, to let God and the angels know you are open to receiving the fullness of this divine comfort. There is a kind of love that never fades. A kind that stretches across galaxies, passes through dimensions, and lives on long after breath has ceased. That is the love you shared. That is the love still surrounding you. It didn't stop at the last heartbeat. It didn't fade with the sound of farewell. It became eternal the moment it was born in your soul. And I, Archangel Michael, have been assigned by God Himself to protect that love. To remind you that what you once had has not vanished, it has simply stepped beyond your sight. I have watched you reach out in the quiet, whispering their name when no one was around. I have seen you close your eyes, longing for just one more moment. I have seen you walk through days pretending you're okay, while your spirit silently begged for a sign. And now, here it is, this moment. This message. This sacred whisper from beyond the veil. Heaven has orchestrated this divine connection because your healing matters. Your peace matters. Your life, though changed, is still filled with divine purpose. You are not forgotten. You are not a leftover from joy. You are the very reason heaven is speaking today. If you believe God has not given up on you and that the one you love is still near, comment 333 as your personal declaration of unwavering faith. Let me speak now what your soul has longed to hear. I forgive you. These are not just words from the one you loved. These are the words they whisper to your spirit, knowing how often you've blamed yourself. 4 things said. 4 things left unsaid. For moments you wish you could change. But hear me now, heaven holds no bitterness. They carry no regret. They remember you only with love. You did the best you could with the time you were given. And they saw it. They remember the look in your eyes, the sound of your voice, the way you held their hand when goodbye came too soon. And they want you to know, you were enough. You are still enough. God does not measure love in length of time. He measures it in the truth of the soul. And the love you gave was real. It mattered. It reached heaven. And it still holds power. Heaven wants to remind you now that your story isn't finished. That deep within your grief is a seed, planted by pain, yes, but watered by grace. That seed will grow. It will rise. And from it will bloom a life touched by the sacred, shaped by sorrow, and carried by God's goodness. You will not stay in the valley forever. The same God who brought life from dust will bring beauty from your ashes. And your loved one, watching from glory, will rejoice with every step you take forward. Not away from them, but toward the life they still want for you. There will be days when you feel their presence again. In the warmth of morning light. In the lyrics of a song that suddenly plays. In a dream so vivid it feels real. Don't dismiss these moments. These are not illusions. These are heaven's way of reminding you, asterisk, I am still here. Asterisk. And I, Michael, will be by your side when the doubts try to return. When grief tries to whisper lies into your heart, I will stand between you and the darkness. I will remind you of this truth: you are divinely protected. You are surrounded by love. You are being carried by grace. Please, if you know that your loved one's spirit is still alive in the arms of God, and their love still lives in you, comment 1111 to honor their presence and invite heaven's comfort deeper into your heart. You were chosen to carry this love. And that makes you holy. You are the keeper of their legacy. You are the one they trusted with their last goodbye, and their eternal love. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. They see you now. Smiling through tears. Hoping through heartbreak. Trusting even when you're trembling. And they are proud. So deeply proud of the strength you never knew you had. Do not fear the future. You are not walking it alone. With every step you take, I walk beside you. With every heartbeat, their love echoes through your soul. And with every breath, God is pouring new life into your spirit. I will return. Heaven is not done speaking. There is more love to share. More healing to offer. More light to pour into your days. But for now, rest in this. Archangel Michael says, the breath of heaven still surrounds you like a quiet wind at dawn. Even if the world feels heavy, even if grief still presses on your chest like a weight that refuses to lift, know this, the soul you miss is still near. The love you shared was far too holy, far too real, far too touched by God to ever be broken by something as temporary as death. They walk in the light now, but their steps still echo beside yours. And I am here, sent by the Lord of hosts, to remind you, their final goodbye was never truly goodbye. Take this moment, dear soul, and let it be sacred. Breathe. Reflect. And if your heart is whispering that this is a divine appointment, then I invite you to comment 999 as your signal to heaven that you are still listening, still believing, still holding on to the thread that ties you to the one you love. Your journey has not been easy. There have been days when even the sunrise felt like a burden. Days where you questioned why God would allow such a loss. Nights where the silence felt like a scream. But hear me now, God was not absent. The pain did not push him away. In fact, it brought him closer. He wept with you. He stayed with you. And he held your heart when you didn't know how to hold it yourself. You may not have seen it, but your loved one prayed too. Not the way we pray on earth, but in the divine language of the soul. Their spirit stood before the throne of God, their light kneeling in holy petition, asking that your life be filled again, not to replace them, but to restore you. Because they know what you often forget, you are still alive. And your life still matters. You have a mission still. A purpose that their love helped to awaken. And though the grief has shaken you, it has not destroyed you. You are stronger now, not because you wanted to be, but because love demanded it. And heaven honors that strength. I, Michael, the Archangel of War and Light, have been stationed beside you for seasons, long before you ever asked for help. I have fought back the spirits of despair. I have guarded your soul during sleepless nights. And I have been preparing you for this very moment, when truth would sink deeper than pain. Your loved one wants you to know they are proud of you. Not for being perfect, but for being present. For waking up when you didn't want to. For smiling when it hurt. For remembering them, even when it shattered your heart to do so. And more than anything, they want you to know this, asterisk, you do not have to prove your love by staying broken. Asterisk. Grief has a way of tricking us into believing that healing is betrayal. That joy dishonors the one we've lost. But that is a lie. From heaven's perspective, healing is sacred. Joy is obedience. Living fully is not forgetting, it is honoring. Let that truth set you free. God is not angry with your sorrow. But He also does not want you to dwell in it forever. He is preparing a new day, a day when the sun will rise and you will feel its warmth again, not just on your skin, but in your soul. If you trust that better days are coming, not because you feel it yet, but because God promises it, then comment 222 to let the heavens know you are opening your heart again. Do you remember the moments you shared with them? The little glances? The soft words? The laughter that danced through the air? Those moments are eternal. They are locked in the heart of God. And when your soul finally crosses into the light, you will live them again, not as memories, but as reality.